Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Saturday afternoon, some massive news for the Auburn Tigers coming out of the recruiting trail as four-star safety Eric Winters committing to this Auburn program. Another massive win on the recruiting trail on the defensive side of the football for this Auburn program. You take a look at some of the programs that Auburn went head-to-head with for the commitment of Eric Winters, the Georgia Bulldogs, Miami Hurricanes down in Florida, and you take a look at Eric Winters, you dive into the film and just say, this kid was born to play that star position in this Auburn defense, fired up for not only just the prospect that you're getting coming out of high school, but more importantly, the fit within this Auburn defense. Really excited to get into the film. Before we do, and as always, just want to say thank you to you guys and to the Auburn Tiger fans. Been on a little bit of a heater on the recruiting trail. I've personally had a blast breaking down all of these commitments, but more importantly, the amount of support y'all have shown the fellas truly does mean a lot. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Sounds like Auburn's just getting started building this 2025 class out, so a lot more commitments to break down. And without further ado, let's get into Eric Winters. And I think the first thing that I love about this kid coming to Auburn is the versatility he gives you on the defensive side of the football. At 6'2", 200 pounds, a 6'4" wingspan, you can play him in multiple spots in this Auburn defense. He can play that box safety role being in run support. He can play that nickel role being sticky in man coverage, whether it's with kind of smaller, shiftier slot wide receivers or bigger body tight ends, guys like Brock Bowers that you see in the SEC. He also can play as a free safety. And so he gives you that versatility. You can give a lot of different looks to opposing offenses. And we talk about these kind of players extensively in the modern era of college football, where programs are trying to get as much speed and athleticism on the offensive side of the football. Having a guy like Eric Winters who can match that speed and athleticism with his coverage ability, but also give you a guy that at 6'2", 200 pounds can play inside the box and be a force stopping the run. These are the kind of chess pieces that are becoming so important for college football defenses in this modern era of the sport. I think this is a really big time commitment for Auburn, doing a phenomenal job. Before we get into the film, I do just want to point out, you take a look at what Auburn's doing in the state of Alabama. I mean, trying to flip a guy like Naheem Offord. You have Malik Autry, Caleb Falk, now Eric Winters. You start scrolling down this list, and this is how it should look like for Auburn recruiting the state of Alabama, especially with Nick Saban leaving as the head coach of Alabama. I think this represents a massive opportunity for Auburn to really get some momentum in the state of Alabama. You get into the film of Eric Winters, and again, I tried to pick as many plays as I could of him playing on the defensive side of the football. The running back film, him as a ball carrier, is extremely impressive, but you take a look at him on the defensive side of the football. One, can cover a lot of ground, and this is just really impressive for a safety that I personally would expect to play a lot in the box. This kid has some ball skills too. I mean, really, one, the instincts to trail this wide receiver and then go up and make a play on the football. The ball skills are there. The ability to cover a lot of ground, it is certainly there, but this is kind of where I love him the most, walking him into the box, letting him get behind the line of scrimmage and just kind of wreck some havoc. That's probably where Eric Winters best excels, being around the line of scrimmage. That's kind of why I like him at that star spot. And again, the versatility that he brings this Auburn defense. He's a guy that can go out, tackle running backs in the flat, make plays in space, can play inside the box, stop the run. A guy that you can put on some of those jumbo slot wide receivers, a lot of those tight ends that kind of play split out wide. He's a big frame that can deal with some of that bigger physicality pass catchers that you're seeing in this modern era of college football. There's not many things that you'll ask Eric Winters to do that he can't do. And again, kind of playing some of that underneath coverage spot, reading the quarterback's eyes, making a play on the football. I think this kid's a box checker. I mean, he shows some extreme athleticism when he's playing on the offensive side of the football, but then coming downhill, making plays. I think that's what you really like. This is a physical box safety that likes to come around the line of scrimmage and just kind of be a difference maker in a lot of different aspects, right? Reading the quarterback's eyes, taking away throwing windows. Big time get for the Auburn Tigers. You take a look at what they have in this 2025 class, doing a phenomenal job on the defensive side of the football. Five-star defensive lineman Malik Autry, Jacaleb Falk, both guys from the state of Alabama. Now you add Eric Winters. I mean, really doing a good job. We saw that 2024 class loaded with offensive talent, right? Walker White, Cam Coleman, Perry Thompson. You're seeing this 2025 class really be predicated and getting some playmakers on the defensive side of the football as well. Eric Winters, just another one of those chess pieces that's going to play all around for this Auburn program. We'll close it out on that. Appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. Again, if y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later.